comments after we get through a handful of topics onto this. But in this next topic, Ford has lost a portion of some of their vehicle EV tax credits. It's pretty interesting that they've released this news pretty early on. Well, I would say early, and they are the first OEM that I've heard of at the moment that has released news that a portion or some of the vehicles will be losing some of the federal tax credit in the amount of $3,750 or even $7,500. So we'll take a look at the exact models that actually lost the EV tax credit. And it's April 5th right now. They still have another week or two, or really just like a week and a half to sell these vehicles. But I guess with Ford dealers, it's a little bit tough, right? Because dealers will probably mark it up because they know customers are crunched for time. But we'll take a look at it. And we'll see. I mean, Tesla has not came out with anything, whether they're losing the tax rate. They've said like they're anticipating it to, but it's not a definitive statement. But if you're just joining in, my name is Dennis. I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe, right? So let us take a look at this. Shout out to Sawyer Merritt again. News: Ford said on Wednesday that 4 of its 6 electric and plug-in hybrid vehicles will see tax credits halved to $3,750 on April 18th after the new Treasury rules take effect. It's an article from Reuters. Of course, if we click it open, it blocks out half of it, so I can't exactly see all the different, but of course, leave us a Twitter. Shout out to Philip.png for screenshotting it for us. It looks like the Ford F-150 Lightning will get the full $7,500 federal tax credit. Ford Mustang Mach-E will only get $3,750. Do we see a price drop coming soon? Maybe. Price drop, maybe. The Ford E-Transit down to $3,750. The Ford Escape plug-in hybrid down to $3,750. And 2 of the Lincoln, one of the Corsair Grand Touring and the Lincoln Aviator Grand Touring the Grand Touring Corsair Grand Touring goes to $3,750, and the Lincoln Aviator Grand Touring stays at $7,500. So of course, this is like pretty confusing. I bet this is super confusing for people that are looking to buy Fords because not every vehicle gets the full tax credit. Some of them may only get $3,750. But the interesting thing here is none of them lost it in entirety. At least their vehicle lineup is still getting a portion of it, whether it's $3,750 or $7,500. And so if you are planning to buy a vehicle, whether it's Ford EV or any EV for that matter, this is the website to keep track of, to take a look at. It's fueleconomy.gov. Of course, it's a government aging website. And you can take a look here. We've got it sorted down to Tesla. And as of right now, when this was updated of March 31st, of course, you can for sure bet this will be updated on April 18th. Right now, all the Model 3 and Model Y trims get the full $7,500, but it is certainly expected that the Model 3 standard range rear-wheel drive will lose, at least from what Tesla says, is now anticipated to be reduced. So I could easily see it being reduced down to $3,750, and then I could easily see some sort of price adjustments coming in the near future. So definitely keep an eye out for that. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff that Ford has now released, that some of their vehicles will lose some of the tax credit. But maybe in the future it will come back. I mean, this is going to be a very confusing environment for the next 6 months to even a year, or a few years, as vehicles will have the credit at certain months or certain time frames, and other vehicles will not. It's going to be a mess at the end of the day, especially for consumer confusion and even like filing CPA confusion as well, like accountants and all that stuff. But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts on it. We're going to jump into the live stream comments, but before we do that, this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description, there's a Patreon link where you can support the channel, and there's a variety of benefits, so definitely check it out if you're interested. If you're just joining in, welcome. There are